All right. Well, whoa. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Everybody hit that like and subscribe, and let's party. Big shout out to the replay gang. Thank you so much for coming back to watch this, even though you missed the live party, guys. That is the best part, so make sure you are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, shout out to Rumble. This is our first official stream on Rumble. You can definitely check us out on Rumble. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Twitter, Instagram, Kick, and Rumble. Welcome to the party. Before we begin, let's also say thank you to my6shirt.com, the only place to get your very own The Indian Jesus official merch. More designs coming soon only at my6shirt.com. All right.
This is Seattle.
Quite an interesting show for you guys today. I'm sure that, you're somewhat aware of the CHAZ or the CHOP. If you remember back in 2020, after, all the George Floyd stuff was going on and the summer of love and, riots were just going crazy. In Seattle, there was a place, I think it was like 30 blocks or something, that they just quarantined off, and they were like, nah, we control this now. Talking about an insurrection. But it's that was 4 years ago now. Shout out to Tyler Olvera, who I don't know how he has the balls to go into some of these videos that he does. But he went to the depths of Seattle, where the CHAZ zone was. And guys, you got to check this out. As always, if you cannot hear the video, please do let me know.
This is Seattle, Washington. Potential overdose! Anyone have Narcan? This guy's still following us, by the way.
I'm insane.
Whoa.
I'm insane.
Drug addiction.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Homelessness.
Just understand that you guys are just one paycheck away from being out here too.
Racism.
There's nothing wrong with being racist.
Protests. Crime.
And being trafficked against my will.
Chaos. Are you on fentanyl right now?
Pooping.
Wait, you're taking a poop? And free fentanyl?
They're out here just giving out free fentanyl.
Really?
It's a non-profit.
This is real?
Who wants free fentanyl? Line up. This is how
Democrat cities.
you clean up the streets.
3 years ago, in June of 2020, Seattle protests emerged following the death of George Floyd and denouncing racial injustice and police brutality. These protests were met with a heavy-handed police response using tear gas, glass balls, takedowns, and arrests, as protests turned to riots and chaos and looting ensued. In an effort to placate protesters, the mayor surrendered 5 blocks of the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and the police evacuated the zone completely, leading protesters to occupy the zone, banning police from entering.
Cop-free zone. It was only 5 blocks? I thought it was like 30 blocks. That's crazy. That's crazy that all of this happened because people died. I think it was something like 30. I want to say either like 30 something or 60 some people died in the CHOP in 5 blocks.
And declaring independence as the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, CHAZ, later renamed CHOP, as protesters vowed to occupy the zone until Seattle's police budget was cut in half. But after a little over 3 weeks of chaos, CHAZ had 4 shootings, rape, robbery, and 2 murders, including the death of a 16-year-old boy in June 29th, led to Seattle's mayor to issue an executive order to dissolve CHAZ and restore order to the neighborhood. But how did Seattle get to this boiling point? How did these events permanently impact the city? What is the future of Seattle look like when considering the problems it faces today? Before I meet up with one of the founders of CHAZ to understand the initial goals of the protests, I met up with Seattle journalist Jonathan Cho.
So yeah, that's a really cool part of, again, shout out to Tyler. A part of this video is that not only does he go around with somebody who's trying to help the situation since CHAZ and CHOP, but he also talks with some of the people that started all of that stuff. And, it's there's no bias here. We have our opinions for sure. I mean, definitely we're biased as people, but I mean, in the video, we're getting all sides of it. You can think whatever you want.
You're a liar.
Get this. Anytime there's somebody who has green or purple hair, I get a little nervous.
To go boots
I
off
said shit. Me too.
on the ground and see the state of chaos in Seattle today.
You know, I've been threatened. I've been chased with a guy wielding a baseball bat.
Right there, here's a baseball bat. He came charging at me. This guy right here.
Knives. You got a knife! Even
Democrat cities.
nunchucks.
I got a dude coming at me with nunchucks.
I will say, for the most part, the homeless out here are just trying to survive. Once we go in, It is treacherous. You're going to be dodging trash, garbage, drug needles. Oh,
So notice what he said as he was, not making fun, but pointing out the very stark negatives of the people in the area. But yet he's still saying like, oh, people just want to, they just want help. Like that's all that really we really want. Shout out to Captain Birdseye 4 over on Twitch. So do you think the aliens will finally get tired of our shit this year and come correct things? Boy, I hope so. I hope so. Welcome to the party. We also got Opus in the building. See, you don't need your own personalized notification. You know how to tell the time every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We are here. Welcome. Guys, if you don't mind, please hit that like button for me. You know I would do it for you.
Oh, that's a given at these encampments. And then the traffic, man. It is just absolutely insane that the homeless are living right next to cars going 70, 80 miles an hour. I just want you to be aware of what we're about to face.
We are entering at our own risk, and clearly there are several people here right now.
So if you see the propane tanks right there, that's obviously dangerous, right?
Oh, yeah, there are fires here at these encampments weekly. Sure. It's a total liability for this neighborhood.
So what you'll see from this guy, I think his name is John, the Asian dude, is that just blatant compassion for people who have who are homeless. Just they're so that attitude is not helping anyone. Not the homeless people, not the residents in the area. All it is making you feel better.
Okay, that looks like it'd do some damage.
You ready to run if necessary?
Maybe we put that down though.
Oh yeah, I'll put that down. I just wanted to show you.
No, that's intense.
I mean, this is a club with nails. I mean, this is like Walking Dead style here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave this out here. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, my name's Jonathan Cho, local journalist. I just want to introduce you to my friend Tyler.
Is that for you guys to protect each other? Is there conflict out here?
There's always conflict, bro.
Do you use anything out here, like fentanyl or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And as we talked to this guy, what appeared to be the mayor of the camp pulled up behind us and asked us what we were up to. If there's anything the city can do to help.
The mayor of the camp, not the mayor of Seattle, the mayor of the camp. So we're now getting to obviously the CHOP was its own thing, but just out here they have their own anarchistic setups, and I guess not anarchistic if there's a mayor, but you know what I mean. That they're creating their own ecosystem, and that's not good. That's not good because there's a reason. As much as we all hate the federal government, there very few of us wish that it didn't exist. We just wish that it was way less influential, but we need it there. And so when these people are just like, just taking the one fact of the that there's propane tanks all over the place and all this stuff could go up in flames while they're sleeping. Just that one fact right there. Not good.
Help you guys get permanent housing. Okay. Would you like us to get out of here? Is that okay?
Tell them over there, man.
Okay.
Fair enough, man.
We took
And that's the other thing. It's not that they want to get out of there. That's their home. They want you to get out of there. They're happy. I mean,
hint and peeled out before things got violent. Everyone here had weapons, baseball bat with nails in it.
Look, he's carrying the club.
Okay.
I think it's time to move. He might be coming in our direction.
Okay. At this moment, I was unsure if I was about to get killed, but
yeah, you sound it. The dude's like, yo, we got to leave. He's like, oh, okay, let me get the shot. Like, no, like now.
Turns out he wanted to give me an early Christmas present. I can give it. He just wanted to talk. What's the biggest thing that can be done to help you personally?
Let me get one of those little tiny homes.
Are there programs, Jonathan, that he could enter right now? If he said, hey, I will be sober, please give me housing.
Detox.
But
Places to go right now.
Detox just sends me right back out.
The problem though is we don't have enough people to walk with Devin through the journey.
Exactly. The journey. It's not just a matter of putting a person in a home and then, issue solved. It's a journey of learning how to be somebody who can take care of themselves, take care of a household, pay bills, all this kind of stuff. And, it's America. If people don't want to do it, then you ain't got to do it.
Okay. That's one of the challenges, is you can't just put somebody in detox and then just release them back onto the streets. Devin will agree, the vast majority of people out here are here because they're lacking the community. It's the broken relationship, or family, the broken relationships. And that's the narrative that is not being pushed.
That's the narrative that's not being pushed. Yet again, we have something way out of left field, and it comes back to the same values that we talk about every single show. Family, community. What else needs to be said? That is what's missing. It's not that if you just there's there's no food for these people. Remember we were talking about the whole idea of a food desert the other day, and it's not that there's no food around. It's not that there's no space around. It's these people just don't want to live this way, and whether it's due to drugs or mental health or just whatever else, it's a reality. I would say mental health is the greatest issue of our time, and it isn't even close. Yep. Especially, I mean, even if you separate substance abuse and mental health, even if you separate those two, I still think mental health is the greatest issue of our time. But add them together, and it's no question.
It's not an affordable housing issue. Devin, if you were just given an apartment, would that solve all your problems?
No.
What can anyone walking the streets or anyone who may see this do to help you get out of the situation?
How is everyone?
You guys are just one paycheck away from being out here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wild. I've never seen anything like this.
Welcome to Seattle. They're human
He's like, I don't know where that's been. I don't know where that's been.
beings, man.
Yep.
They're somebody's mother, father, daughter, son, uncle, aunt. If we look at each person that way instead of as a criminal or a drug addict, we have a better chance to get to know their story and help them get off the streets.
We got a gift. Let's keep going. Let's go. I'm gonna put this in the trunk. After narrowly avoiding a
I
Negan
thought he was going to say the trash, but yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. Negan right there.
style execution, we began to enter homeless camps right next to the highway and realized we were being followed. They're obviously
They're following us, bro. So it's
Okay.
gotta move. Tyler,
okay. All right, we gotta go.
See, again, he's like, yo, Tyler, for real, I'm telling you, when I say we got to move, this isn't, Disneyland. We got to get out of here. But again, thinking about the living on the side of the highway, like, have you ever had your car break down on the highway and you had to like walk, like, even though there's a giant, like, what do they call it? The lane there. It's still scary to be right next to all these cars, and to be just living there. Obviously, it couldn't be quiet. Hey, shout out to Melted Mind Media, another awesome YouTuber. Just dropped the link to his channel. Please go check that out. How are you doing, brother? We are checking in with the CHAZ/CHOP a few years later, seeing how they are doing, and you can probably guess.
All right, so it's for real. We gotta go. Keep in mind they may be right behind us. There's a guy coming this way. There's another guy. Let's be aware of our surroundings. Seriously, watch out. Literally, we are at an overpass right now. This is wild.
going to these camps, you have to have an exit strategy. I know all the entrances and exits. That's one. We know where to go. And just know that there are
Just know that you might have to dip the F out of there. Having exit strat, like, that's I saw a video where a kid got in trouble because he ran away from school when they were doing an active shooter drill, and he didn't know that it was a drill. So he ran, he was in class, whatever alarm went off. He ran to the door, shoved the teacher out of the way, dipped out of the class, dipped out of the school, jumped the fence, and went home. And so I guess it was his mom or whatever was taking the video. It's like, what were you thinking? It's like, I'm not staying behind to get behind some white lady where she's gonna try to whatever. And while it was funny that he was like, boom, then the idea that a kid like that already in each of his classes, he's like, I have an exit strategy. I already know. I'm already thinking about, if somebody's coming in here trying to kill me, I'm already prepared for that. Scary stuff. And I mean, that's just life in Seattle.
the entrances and exits. That's one. We know where to go. And just know that there are moving cars right now next to us going 80 miles an hour.
As we stumbled upon a tent with a bucket full of what looked to be human feces, the stench was so bad, we began to wonder if someone had died inside. You see flies here in there? You think someone's dead in there?
I don't know.
It might be worth a wellness check. I don't know. There could be someone dead in there.
We have found bodies in these tents before.
Is anyone in there?
Hey guys, welfare check. Welfare check, guys. You guys okay?
Seems like no one's there. Needle caps all across the ground here. And right off the freeway. Look at this. I don't even know how they get their stuff here. How you doing, sir? Do you feel safe living right next to the freeway here?
Not really.
No?
Because at any point in time, there could be a traffic accident, car could slide up,
Sure.
take out one of the houses.
The city ever
Whoa.
come here and
Oh, that was weird. But yeah, so then you're
Accident, car
seeing
could slide up.
Sure.
as they put 3 different headlines here of exactly what they're talking about. I mean, it's like, I'm aware that this is what it is, but what else am I supposed to do?
Take out one of the houses.
Does the city ever come here and intervene?
No, what they pretty much do is they come and they clean up trash and stuff like that, and that's pretty much it.
Have you ever seen or known anyone who's gotten hit by a car?
Yeah.
Yeah? How common is that?
Very
Very
common.
You see two.
Yeah, and so it's like you have to think of it in terms of like, these are things that are going to happen when you're in a situation like this, when you're in a surrounding like this. People getting hit by cars, fires starting that's just part of the day. Then you bring in the drugs and the people, wigging out because of mental health. It was all, and we haven't even gotten to the actual chop zone yet. This is just the outskirts of the city. Now, obviously, Seattle was not in a great way before 2020, but this is still outside. This is still just main Seattle. Shout out to Guam Tech. Welcome to the party. So the chop taught me to grow gardens in cardboard and 2 inches of topsoil. Thanks, Marxist. Yeah, that works out so well, right? I wish. Where's Soul the Soul? She would definitely have something to say about that. Welcome to the party, brother.
Propane tanks right there. And look,
I mean, look at
right
this.
across the street.
You've got single-family home. This is unacceptable in our society. And if you look right now, look, you have multiple pieces of luggage.
It's not the same name on all these.
It's not the same name at all.
Oh, you mean they're not packed getting ready for a trip?
Been an epidemic right now where you have
luggage theft.
The cycle is the addicts go into a Target or a Walmart or Walgreens.
We had this person taking everything from the counter.
So when you look at scenarios like this, when the person's just being so brazen, and it's just like, wow, like, you don't care at all. Number one, no. I'm already living in such a way that you can't, like, once I'm out the door, what are you going to do? I don't have an ID. I don't have an address. I don't have a cell phone. And then on the other side of it is the fact that I need to get high. I'm an addict and I need to get high. And so there's people who live in homes who can pay their bills, who still do crazy shit like this because of addiction. It's not as simple as just throwing money at the problem.
Then they'll steal items, then they'll hit the streets, a very busy area, and sell this stuff for pennies on the dollar. And the buyers are the little Asian grandmas because they want the deals. It's like the people who are working who go into these neighborhoods and they're fueling the crisis as well.
They're fueling the crisis as well. Your Chinese grandma wants to get the super cheap stuff. Where do you think that comes from? So we're seeing the future. We see in the future the ones in control want for us. Yep. This is it. When they say living in a pod, it's not an Airbnb. It's a tent.
Wow, check this out. These homeless tents were built right next to premium Seattle real estate, and some of them even had a multi-million-dollar view. Wow, batteries on the ground.
You can also argue that camping out here gives you the best views of the city. Look at this.
That is truly epic. Well, drug addiction kept...
right? Like, how much would they have to charge for that if they actually had a structure there to get that view?
Many of these people on the streets. We stumbled upon this giant fortress that led me to wonder if some of these people actually preferred living on these streets. This is a pretty epic fortress you have here almost. How long did it take to build this?
It's not done yet.
You feel safe out here?
Not done
It
yet.
almost feels like home, I guess.
Is fentanyl the biggest drug out here?
Biggest drug out here?
Yeah.
Probably oxygen.
Oxygen. Fair enough. Hey there. How's it going?
I mean, all right. You can't be mad at that.
Is it too cold for you out here?
Not in this blanket.
Okay, fair. Do you need any help from anyone? And if so, how could someone help you?
Well, I don't need any more help.
Okay.
I got all the things I need.
I have all the things I need. Are you cold? No, I have a blanket. What can somebody do to help you? I'm good. Some of these people just are good living the way that they're living.
Notice what he said. He said he's choosing this.
Oh, the lifestyle.
The lifestyle.
Sure.
That is the piece that certain homeless advocates don't want out there. And what do you do about these people in society?
I don't know.
These are the people who've given up on society. They're done. They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay their bills.
I said, shit, me too.
You've got the activists saying, oh, if you just give everyone here housing, we can solve the crisis. Well, the problem is, as you've clearly encountered, there are people who want to stay out here.
So that is the real issue. How do you deal with people who don't want to be part of your society? Perhaps a more realistic and practical approach to all of this might realistically be, something like the CHOP. Not exactly, but they section off part of the city, whatever it is. All these cities have huge homeless problems, and it's just like, all right, if you don't like, there's no laws here, there's no anything here. We have guards on the outside, so you can't just come and go freely. But if you just want to be part of this little, again, anarchistic community inside this gate, it is what it is. You do what you want. There's no resources. There's no anything, but you can do whatever you want. Quantic said, I'll be honest, simplicity is appealing, but I could never just drop off willingly like that. Society certainly has its perks. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely relate to the at least the mentality. Certainly, those of you who know, I was a drug addict. I was never like on the streets, but I definitely was an addict. And the thought of like my next high, getting the next pill, whatever, that was really the only thing that mattered to me. And I mean, it wasn't that bad. I was functional enough to keep a job and go to school and graduate and all that stuff. But again, still, addiction is addiction. There's just different levels to it. I say that to say, like, the simplicity that Guamtech is discussing here. Addiction will give it to you. Addiction will give it to you. But like he's also saying, is that there's too many perks from having a life. But yeah, it really is a very simple thing when you wake up and the only thing that matters. You don't care about your friends. You don't care about your family. You don't care about your bills. You don't care about your health. All you care about is getting high. And then or finding a way to get high. Then once you got it, then you're just chilling. You don't care because you're high. Some of these people just, and you can't force people to not want that. As much as you want people to not want that, you cannot force people to not want that.
What do you do about them?
After establishing homelessness was, in some cases, a voluntary lifestyle, Jonathan took me to an even more extreme example of this beside a railroad.
Look at all.
So Guamtech said, could you see yourself going down this road if I had stuck with my addiction? It definitely is a scary thought. I mean, it depends, because I would say that any addict has the potential of going down this route. And I specifically was like all of my friends that I did drugs with, they all eventually graduated to doing heroin. I don't think, I mean, maybe there's only one or two of them that ended up, using needles, but all of them were sniffing heroin. And I never, aside from, right after Akon died, when my best friend died in 2013, I had it was like 1 week, and I was like, this is too much for me. But I don't know. I don't know, because the way that I approached it from day one, when it was just, hey, taking a fun pill, this was way before addiction was anything. This was clearly, starkly in recreational drug use. I was aware of the fact that, hey, this could turn really bad, so be very careful. And so I was always, like 3 days on, 3 days off, making sure that, I wasn't going 6 straight months being high all the time and then have to deal with what would happen when you can't find whatever pills. And the main reason I stopped was not anything about. The main reason I stopped was money. It was just because I found myself at a crossroads. I was, as addiction goes, your tolerance builds, and you need more and more and more. And I'm up to spending like $200-300 a day just to get high. And if I'm not, like, let's say I spend $100, then that $100 is flushed down the toilet. I didn't feel shit. So when I'm there, I just don't have the money to eat, pay gas, and get the drugs and everything. So I was like, okay, I have to make a decision. And luckily, because I was always of the mindset that this isn't going to last forever. Eventually, you're going to have to face the music. Then it wasn't easy, but I was able to just decide on my own that, like, okay, we can't do this anymore. And like I said, it took a while, but I mean, I think if I didn't approach it that way from the beginning, if I didn't, like I've told this story before, but the first time I was doing it, the movie Saw came into my head. And spoilers for a 15-year-old movie. But at the end, there's the two guys that are in the game, and the one guy is like saying how, oh, this is all planned, and the other guy's like saying, oh, it looks like what's the guy, Jigsaw? It's like you're in love with him or you like him. And the guy who's a doctor, and he's like, listen, if you want to cure a disease, you have to understand the strength of that disease. And so for whatever reason, that stuck in my head the first time I was doing drugs and realized, okay, I can defeat this monster. I can defeat this disease, but indeed it is a disease. And I think that's the only thing that saved me. I think that's the only thing that saved me. Obi said I would have been in this situation if I hadn't had friends that would let me stay anytime as long as I needed. Addiction is hell. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I mean, it's just something that again, when you the simplicity, that's such a big part of it. I people don't talk about it a lot, but the simplicity in terms of the mindset. Your life isn't simple. You're getting arrested. You're worried about this, your family and your friends, but your focus is so simple. It's so one track that it really it allows you to rationalize that, like, oh, this is all right, for a lot longer than it really is. A lot longer.
Lifestyle. Jonathan took me to an even more extreme example of this beside a railroad. Look at all those propane tanks. Holy smokes.
Guys,
whoa.
Guys, here it is.
Come over here.
We should assume everyone here has weapons. They do not.
Oh, I thought all of these in the back. I thought these were all propane tanks. Quantex said, and we reap all the benefits of a healthier Indian Jesus. Good on you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's drink to that. Yeah, and I mean that's the benefit of being a little bit more self-aware and stepping back yourself, is that, like, okay, I don't have to be a sober person because I've now spent, I lost count. I don't count how long I've been, off drugs, because it was just like one day it was the thing I did, and now it's not some big milestone thing in my life, even though it kind of is. Shout out to Zippy the Strange. Welcome to the party. So when you live in survival mode, the house on fire is fine. Yep. Well said. Welcome to the party, brother.
Want us here, and I've already established some relationships, but I don't know if my guys are still here.
So we're walking through a heap of trash, and I'm ready to run if necessary.
There are animals in here too. This is the only other issue, guys. There are a lot of stray dogs here.
Protocol, if things get shaky, sprint for your life, all right? Is that swastika?
Yeah.
Wow. And as we
he says, sprint for your life. After the main dude is like, yo, we gotta go. He's like, all right, we gotta go. Tyler, come on. Over on Rumble, say hello. This is the very first official Indian Jesus stream over on Rumble. Say hello.
Approach the summit of this hill, we encountered this dude, power tools in hand, appearing to weld something car-related. After Jonathan's quick use of level 99 charisma, we had unlocked safe passage to explore the area.
Or Riz, as the kids say.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you. I mean, these guys are all self-sufficient. Everyone's running on generators here. There's power, there's electricity.
It seemed like some.
So I wonder when we have, this thing that was going on with in Miami, they're saying there's aliens and, like, who knows what's going to happen. When the grid goes down, it seems like these people are going to be the new elites. They've already got everything going. Obviously, if the grid's down, the grid's down. But everything else, they're like, this is how it's been.
Some of these homeless people just didn't want to be part of society. But after driving to a homeless camp right outside a residential neighborhood, I met a pregnant woman who wanted help to get off of the streets but could not receive any.
My niece was illegally evicted.
I get it.
Propane tanks all over. And propane is not very expensive. I don't know if they're using that. I don't know if you can use propane specifically for those generators, but that it's like 5-6 times they've mentioned how many propane tanks are everywhere. And she's got one right here. Crazy. People find a way.
Could not receive any.
My niece was illegally evicted.
I get it.
Illegally. Didn't I just tell you?
No, you told me. I get it. Yeah.
This is not because of fentanyl.
No, I understand that.
Or any of that. She has nothing to do with the drug use, though. So please understand that.
No, I understand that. Hi there.
Hi.
I've heard you're pregnant and you're in need of housing.
Yes.
Have you looked for housing since?
Yes.
Let's play this out. But if you're pregnant and you have there's no drugs in your system, there has to be somewhere that will take you. No, I am not a woman, nor am I pregnant, nor am I homeless. But I feel like, especially in a city like Seattle, oh, maybe it's because she's white. Who knows? Gomtex, did you see that video of the face by the moon? Project Blue beam for sure. I did not. I did not. Drop a link in the Discord, and we'll check it out. But yeah, I want to see what's good with her her story here. You know, always want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but like, what exactly have you tried?
I've heard you're pregnant and you're in need of housing.
Yes.
Have you looked for housing since?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
What was the response given?
Well,
Nothing.
Nothing?
she's in a tent. You can't tell.
What would you recommend she do? She's pregnant. She's on the streets right now. She wants housing.
Have you considered going to other outreach groups or other nonprofits
Yes,
like
yes,
Salvation Army,
Yes, I
Union
have.
Gospel
Yes,
Mission?
yes.
What are they saying? I know Union Gospel Mission would potentially take you in.
Nobody want to get on be nasty mission.
There it is. I don't want to go to no nasty mission. I would rather live on the side of the fucking highway in a tent. And it has nothing to do with fentanyl. And nothing to do with fentanyl. It's the mission that's nasty. I could totally get you know, what are
People's
you know, I could totally get into these missions. But it's nasty. It's nasty. Come on. So that we'll check that right after we figure out what's really good with our lady friend here. So he said churches and shelters, but they can be full up, and if they're woke, then they have weird men in them. Okay, but true. But is that better or worse than living in a tent on the side? Okay, I guess that's not the highway, but on the side of the street. Just saying. Just saying. If the mission had found, she'd be there for sure. Oh my God. Belton said you can do fun on the street and not in the camps. That is the reason. And again, I'm not going to say that these mission places are going to be, fancy, like resorts or anything, but it's not a tent on the side of the street. Let's see.
I know Union Gospel Mission would potentially take you in.
Nobody want to get on be nasty mission.
It's dirty. It's unsanitary.
But that's not the case. See,
Okay, got it.
And I understand that may be their experience, but they can get you off the streets right now, and at least for the sake of your baby.
But I understand that, but there's multiple. There's not. You don't need your own room. You know what I'm saying? You're around everybody.
I see.
I'm saying there's germs.
I want my own room. Ma'am, you barely have your own body. You are pregnant. Who gives a fuck what you want? There is a child. Well, I want my own room, so I would rather put myself on the streets as I am giving nutrients to this child than share a room. No fentanyl, for sure. Yeah. So, people, I mean, maybe she is autistic and she's being influenced by the people around her. And, so right now she's talking about germs. Maybe. But probably she's on that Fenty. Shout out to Virgil Kane from Manchester, England. Welcome to the party. Shout out to Facebook. Thank you for the like. Welcome to the party, brother. Context said, I keep seeing the society from They Live more and more every day. Weird times. Not familiar with They Live. What is They Live?
Well, there's not. You don't need your own room. You know what I'm saying? You're around everybody.
I see.
I'm saying there's germs.
And did you see that look that John gave Tyler when it's like, see, look at this.
There's not. You don't need your own room. You know what I'm saying? You're around everybody.
Right. Yep. That's it. I mean, you can see it right here. The lack of being in touch with reality. Well, there's germs and there's everybody around. We have Tyler genuinely trying to figure out what's going on. And John's like, bro, I told you. This is what we're talking. This is what we're doing.
I'm saying there's germs. There's and I'm pregnant. I can get sick easily. You know what I'm saying?
You'd rather take your chances out here than be in a place where you have to share
I'm sorry, but this right
Room?
here is a lot cleaner than the Salvation Army or shelter.
Yes.
This right here is cleaner. It's cleaner on the side of the street. Okay. They have prenatal vitamins. They have doctors. They have ultrasounds. No? Okay. So let's see what our boy Guamtech was talking about here.
Who have been watching this video, huh? Oh, here we go, here we go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so y'all can see this is not.
But apparently, what did you originally say with this? Face by the moon, Project Bluebeam.
There it is, the face. That's definitely a face, and the moon looks like it's some stuff that's coming off of the moon. You zoom in, there he is. There's the face right there. This is not a trick or anything.
What? What? I don't know I don't understand.
Like that. Everybody's in the comments. Oh, that's fake. Oh, that's fake. Okay, it's not Hollywood, people. Yeah.
I don't think I just saw anything at all. Like, I don't think I saw what was supposed to be seen. So, like, okay, this seems like a snapshot of exactly what they're trying to show. Okay, so this looks like the moon.
There it is, the face.
Looks like a fucking tree that he's standing next to. Like, if there's a tree behind me and I have my phone like this, why would the tree behind me not be in the frame? Am I stupid? You don't see the noise? What noise? Contact said they live is a movie based on a dystopian setup by aliens hidden in society. They control the population, live through the subconscious mind, and control and propaganda. Right next to the light top right. Yeah, no, I see like
it's definitely a face, and
right.
The moon looks like it's some stuff that's coming off of the moon.
Same thing, right?
You zoom in, there he is.
Like that's what we're talking about. This, correct? Am I not looking at the right thing? Like, yes, I do see that this looks sort of like a nose, and this looks like brow, but if you flip the image upside down, it looks like a tree. Just do this. It looks like a tree. I'm not saying it is a tree. I'm just saying this is nothing. Like, what are we doing? Roger said, my swimmers hit my mistress over them last month. Hey. Oh, but I got another mount to feed. Well, win some, lose some, right, buddy? So what?
There's the face right there. This is not a trick.
We'll play it
anything
out.
Like that.
We'll play it out.
Everybody's in the comments. Oh, that's fake. Oh, that's fake. Okay, it's not Hollywood, people.
Apparently.
Yeah. So, yeah, what you're witnessing. Hold up. Let me get my camera.
Shh. The video's not going to capture it as well if you're loud. And I don't understand. Like, what is this an iPhone thing? Like, are you recording both? Why is this here? What is this? I don't understand.
Let me see here. What? You ain't talking about nothing. Hold up. People's gonna see.
Let's see. Yeah. Like, I don't get how. If this is the other side of the phone.
Look. There it is.
Can you see that?
Okay, this is a different angle. Okay. I mean, until you have somebody who is, from Apple, who's gonna be like, yeah, our cameras do this weird shit. That's how you fucking retards who don't know how to use a camera get amazing pictures from 7 miles away. What the fuck do you think? There was a bunch of clouds and it looked like a face, so we have technology that makes it look like a face. I don't know. I think that's a big nothing. A big nothing. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's actually something. And I'm being the skeptic asshole here.
You know what I'm
you'd
saying?
rather take your chances out here than be in a place
Yep.
that where you have to share a.
I'm sorry, but this right
Then I can do my fentanyl that I swear that I'm not on.
here is a lot cleaner than the Salvation Army or shelter. Yes.
I'm saying we want housing, not tiny homes or shelters, because they dictate your lives. They tell you who you can and can't have over.
Oh, so you mean that they will give you somewhere to live, but because they can tell you what to do with that place that they gave you, that you're entitled to that home without any stipulations? I am absolutely in favor of any type of policy that would genuinely help homeless people. Giving them homes, giving them money, allowing them to set up on everything that's been done so far, seemingly, from my perspective, looks like it's only made the problem worse by keeping people in the mindset that has created the problem in the first place. The problem was never that there wasn't enough space. The problem was that there was never that there wasn't enough money. The problem was never that there wasn't enough food. The problem was the mentality. And we can see how what it is. You can see it. He probably is. He's like, oh, hey, new custody. Gonzalez could be. It just came out around the same time as the Miami aliens. I found it interesting. Coincidentally, the same day the third Epstein drop. I don't know. I just like weird conspiracies. Well, I mean, I think I would be more inclined to believe that between the Miami thing and the whatever the hell we just looked at and the Epstein drop that wasn't really much of anything, I'd look at those as, hey, let's coordinate all of these different distractions. And what else did we miss? What else happened in the last 5 days that we missed? That is the real question. Yep. I mean, we did miss that, but there's certainly a lot of it out here. Yep.
Are there any other qualifications, like you guys can't use drugs as an example?
It's not about the drugs. It's about.
Wait, I want to hear when he walked up.
Than the Salvation Army or shelter. Yes.
I'm saying we want housing, not tiny homes.
We want housing, but not tiny homes. Motherfucker, I live in a tiny home. And guess what? It's cold as shit outside, and it is great in here. If I was living out there and somebody said, with any stipulation, you can come in here, to a point, y'all gonna clip that and be weird with it, but you know what I mean.
Or shelters, because they dictate your lives. They tell you who you can and can't have over.
Are there any other
who you can and can't have over? I don't really even know what to say. I feel like I need to punctuate how infuriating it is that you feel like none of us get to just. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say.
Like you guys can't use drugs as an example.
It's not about the drugs. It's about people dictating your lives. Okay. So it's an American thing where I should be able to call my friend up and say, hey, come over. Not come over. Do you have ID? Show it at the front counter. Okay. That's retarded. Like,
So I have a quick question though. Do you understand how some people,
20 years.
Some people hearing you almost say that's a sense of entitlement, that there are people who are working 2-3 jobs. I'm just asking for the sake of asking.
People working 2-3 jobs that don't realize one.
Don't realize what, homie?
Bad day, and they're this close.
What would you wish for?
Hey, shout out to Giggling Spy. Welcome to the party. So, yep, not allowed to have their drugs at camps and missions, etc. So, well, I guess, they're just dirty and mean and bad, right? It's all about the drugs. Welcome to the party, Giggling Spy. Love that name. Melton My Media said free housing and no consequence. That's what they deserve. That's what every fentanyl street dweller deserves, right? And we're bigoted. We're oppressors if we don't agree. Come on. Hey, shout out to Soil. Welcome to the party. I forget what it was. We were talking something about Guantac. What were you saying about gardening or something? Redo that comment now that she's here. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. Right? He's like, you're one day away.
People working 2-3 jobs that don't realize one bad day, then they're this close.
This close. One bad day, and a fentanyl addiction. Exactly. Does that count? I think that counts as protection. Protection. Oh yeah, she already knows. She's like, oh God, don't get me started on the CHAZ garden.
What you wish for if you could talk to the mayor right now or the governor?
So give me
your Yep, I didn't even have time. Give me your house.
a place to live that is safe.
There's your.
He did, and you said no. Oh my goodness! Shout out to PC Chaos over on Rumble with the $5 super chat. Is that what they call it? Shout out to my boy, and of course, every donation comes with a treat for Morty. Thank you so much, PC Chaos, and of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Shout out to Rumble. Shout out to you. Thank you.
There's human feces. There's drug dealing going on. Is
Sure.
that safer than this shelter that's allegedly unsanitary? Look,
Why do you think they're choosing to be out here?
because they don't want to follow the rules.
Okay.
Do you deserve an apartment in Seattle when there's so many others who are working 2-3 jobs?
And then, out of nowhere, a person frantically stalking us from behind, covering their face with cardboard, began yelling at us, asking who we were. Hi there. Here goes.
Shout out again to PC Chaos over on Rumble. Thank you.
Hi. Oh, my name is Tyler Olvera. What's your name?
What is your business?
We have a YouTube channel. You came up here running.
Directly
Yeah.
in front
Of?
of a criminal network, a criminal camp.
Talk to me.
For my safety,
Okay.
you're in front of the camel tent that's in drug ring.
We saw that. We can blur your face.
Ah, okay. They're called Rumble Rants. So shout out for my not only my first, not only my second. Well, I mean, we had Set Me on Fire, but my second Rumble rant from PC Chaos. Thank you so much. Getting that Rumble career rolling. Thank you.
In front of the camel tent that's in drug ring.
We saw that. We can blur your face. Would you like to talk to me?
I will, but I won't wait in front of the camel.
Okay. You came here, you're visibly upset and concerned about your own safety?
Less so about safety than I'm sick to death of picking up human poop.
Sure.
I'm sick to death of picking up garbage every single day.
So this sounds like somebody who is part of maybe like a neighborhood watch type thing or something like that. And he's like, what we're all saying is like, yo, this is crazy. I pay to live here. I bought a home here. I pay taxes. I live in the community. I buy stuff from local whatever. And what do I have to do? Pick up human feces. Human feces. Sounds like Barry White. Yep. Rumble is the master race. Yeah, if let me get the if you do want to go check out Rumble, make sure just in case YouTube ever goes down, Rumble will always be there. Melted Mind Media says sad to hide your face with your truth. Fuck yes. I think we got a comment of the night. An early comment of the night. When you have something important to say, the only thing you do by hiding is weaken your message. And I totally understand that it might be scary. But the only thing that is more scary is the continuation of what you're speaking out against. So, I mean, you have to stand up. You have to be who the country needs you to be. And unfortunately, right now, that's not somebody anonymous.
Including meth, the foil, it's dangerous for dogs.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for people. There's unmitigated shoplifting. The laws have to be changed because they're actually, the police hands are tied.
So, for clarity, you live in the surrounding area.
Yes.
You are a concerned, upset resident of this neighborhood that's been overtaken by drug dealers
and poop,
criminals, and homeless people. Is that accurate?
We're spending vast amounts on Narcan. The firemen are coming out all the time. Overdoses. I'm sorry, if you're not a teenager, you don't get Narcan. You don't.
Based. If you're not a teenager, you don't get Narcan. Now, I don't know that I love that. I definitely, I would definitely need to have a conversation about that. Do I understand where he's coming from? That like these are people who are using our tax dollars to just get high, and then we're saving their lives, and then they're doing it again and again and again. I totally get that. I'm not ready right here, right now to say, okay, well, you deserve to die. But I'm certainly willing to listen. Nope is saying, I bet they still vote blue. Of course they do. Of course they do. How do you think it got this bad? They showed, at least in San Francisco, which is 6 of one, half of the dozen of the other. That should be the exact thing. No? That should be the, oh, is it? Is that you? Is that me? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm not gonna fuck with it. I don't know. See if yeah, we'll see what's going on in this. Hey, shout out to Dan the Man Judson. Welcome to the party. So I'm so happy that I live in Denmark. Yeah, not something that you need to worry about, because it's just it's so far from what would be allowed. Now, that being said, freedom, liberty comes with the possibility of downsides. So, as Opus said, like, hey, dude, hiding behind a car, maybe you're angry that you have to pick up this, that, and the other. But are you voting for the policies as somebody who is a resident? Are you? It's somebody. And if you're not, then instead of hiding behind a car by yourself, why don't you gather a group of people who agree with you and do something about it? Do something about it. Yeah, until CHAZ market. Don't let them take it down. Don't let them take you down. They're trying over here, and we got a lot of space, so we're fighting well, and it's moving in the right direction. But it's scary.
Overdoses. I'm sorry, if you're not a teenager, you don't get Narcan. You don't get us.
Do you guys agree with that? What do you guys think about that? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Only teenagers get Narcan. Let's say 18 and under. And if you're over 18 and you OD, then you OD. Put a 2 if that's like, nah, that's un-American. Regardless of freedom and choices, if you've fucked your shit up and now you're you're about to die, it is the American way to keep you alive. Shout out to Trey Williams in the building. Said 2. Opus said 2. Guantech said 2. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one step too far, and I'm not even going to, like I said, I'm not blaming this guy. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think the point, yeah. And he's like, I guess, I mean, I don't know. The idea there is that, like, yeah, if you're a child and you're with child, but if you're with child and they're like, well, they'll give me Narcan, then how does that work? Giggling Spine saying 2. Yeah, I think that's a step too far, but I think we can all understand the frustration. I don't think that's unreasonable for dude to be frustrated about this.
I am not some crazy conservative, but
oh, yes, you are. You think that you're not until they tell you you are. If you don't agree with them, you're a crazy conservative.
Things cannot end unless there are laws. This is not safe for me.
Yeah.
This is not safe.
Oh, okay, got it. We're gonna get going. All right. I get it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That guy's child. If he has children, if he has a younger sister that he's afraid of, it's his fear of not stepping up that is allowing that which he fears to get worse. I understand it is scary. Do you think I'm not in danger by saying this shit? Like, it just so happens that I have a small channel now. But y'all see me? I'm good at this shit. We going places. And you don't think people are going to try and come for me? But what's more important than just me is this community, is this message. I've got it up here, but it doesn't do any good up here. We got to get it out there. And right now, yeah, we're a small channel. You guys are here. We're over on Rumble for the first time. We're doing the damn thing. But if you don't think they're going to come for me, they're going to come for me.
I'm curious though, why did you come charging
I do
at
it
us?
anyway.
Yeah, what?
Because if I was gonna have some idiotic progressive thing like, oh, these poor homeless, poor people, you know, they're the poor entitled.
I thought she was a far-left activist coming up on us, but I didn't.
Was that I don't know if that was the same person. Was that like?
Charging
Okay,
at
that was a
us.
different person.
Got it. We're gonna get going. All right.
Okay, I was thinking that the hide behind the car guy was going to give a rationalization, let's say, as to why they couldn't continue. But
I get it.
I'm curious though, why did you come charging at us?
Yeah, what?
Because if I was gonna have some idiotic progressive thing like, oh, these poor homeless, poor people, you know, they're the poor entitled.
I thought she was a far-left activist coming up on us, but I didn't realize.
that's what you really got to worry about, especially in blue cities. Notice how they aren't worried about the Proud Boys. Notice how they aren't worried about the Oath Keepers.
She was a concerned neighbor.
With residents of certain neighborhoods that were destroyed by homeless camps, it seemed like people affected firsthand by progressive liberal policies that encourage harm reduction, nonprofits that enable and subsidize the homeless lifestyle, and politicians that weaponize this compassion to gain votes. The people directly affected by homeless camps are so afraid of speaking out in fear of being labeled an alt-right conservative that hates homeless people. But intrigued by this unspoken tension felt throughout the city, I headed towards the Capitol Hill neighborhood where the events of CHAZ began. But
So yeah, we haven't even gotten to the actual CHAZ CHOP area yet. This is just the larger Seattle. And this idea that it's frustrating on the one hand, but the fact that people are waking up and starting to see it is a bit of a white pill. But the way that the government and politicians individually will use groups, whether it's race, whether it's your religion, whether it's, whatever it is, they're just using you as a pawn. They're all pandering. They're all talking shit. They're all just making false promises. And so it's sad to me that so many people for so long actually believed that politicians would tell the truth because they were on their side. But it's good to see. It's good to see that people are waking up to it. And it's like, you don't really care about me, do you? And once you understand that, then it's like, okay, I know you don't care about me. I don't care about you. We got a goal. You got your goal. I got my goal. Let's see how close we can come together with our different goals. Because clearly, me having the best life is not your goal. That's certainly my goal.
on our way there, Jonathan saw an abandoned building being broken into, and we sped onto the scene to investigate further.
So let's see what we find.
We are entering the building right now, right there. This could potentially be dangerous. Whoa! You don't live here, sir.
I was sitting here.
You're squatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to get my stuff?
I mean, they don't want people living here.
Okay, well, I'll get my stuff. I got some clothes and stuff here, so.
Would you like to talk real quick now that we're
Conte, what are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
here?
We're not the police.
No, I'm saying I'll get my stuff and go.
Would you like to share why you're here? We just saw it.
So that's an interesting interaction here. I'm not very familiar with the type of interaction that you would expect with a squatter. That like squatters, right? That's some West Coast shit. I don't think they have that in New York. And this guy knows he's in a place where he's not supposed to be. They're definitely doing something they're not supposed to be doing. And the first thing is not to be violent, but just be like, oh, hey, we'll get out of here. We'll get out of here. We'll get out of here. And that says to me that there's just so many of these people around that it's just an understanding. It's like, wait, yep. We're squatting. Yep, you got me. Yep. No. And it's like, nobody's trying to fight. This is just the way it is. This is life. And is that a good thing? I don't think so. Dan Jensen said your politicians should be so ashamed that they allow this. You're printing money every day. Why not do something about these homeless? Well, I mean, those are two different things. I definitely agree with you on both fronts, but those are two different things. Printing money is, first of all, just bad in general. There's plenty of money out there. We don't need more money for the people. We need more of that money circulating properly. But doing something, the whole point of doing something about these homeless is yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
They're unhoused. But yeah, that's what I was saying before, is that if the problem of homelessness is a mentality problem, not a money problem, not a food problem, not a space problem, not a resource problem. And so the people who are trying to do something about homelessness are not doing a good job of trying to fix the root cause. They're trying to address the symptoms to make it look like they're doing stuff so they can get more money to continue doing what they're doing. That's how an average nonprofit organization works here. And so even if it's, oh, we're helping the homeless, that's standard, is that they're probably stealing a bunch of money and handing out some bullshit. That's all it is. So I'm right there with you. And as you can tell, I mean, I just dropped a clip, was it yesterday or the day before, that conservatives definitely hate the GOP way more than liberals ever could. YouTube is, that was, oh, okay. Where do I have it on? I have it on live chat. Do you have it on live chat? I said I had from you. I got teens and pregnant women. Then het. Weird. Shout out to Sir Slibby over on Twitch. Welcome to the party. Said I'd be down for a program to help homeless people into a trade school program. Get them a valuable skill. Help them more than anything else. Absolutely. For the people who want to do that. I completely agree with you, for the people who want to do that. But as everybody that they've talked to so far in this video, they're not willing to do that. And again, this is, I think, part of the issue with when we try to address homelessness. It's as if we just put these people in a position. What was the phrasing that the guy used with that guy Devin? It's like, the problem isn't that there's not money for Devin. Yeah, exactly. They need to want it. It's not that there's, they were like, if somebody put you in a home, would that help you? He's like, no, that wouldn't help me, because I need to go on a journey of learning how to become somebody who can handle living on their own. And that's a long process. And the resources for that, oh, you might be right. You might be right. You probably are right. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, it's just not that simple. And I think that's the problem, is that people want to give a simple answer. Money is the answer. And again, you know, Dan talking about, oh, we're printing money all the time, so just give some of it to the homeless. We do. It's just that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Oba said, America First Party is the only viable future party currently technically part of the GOP. If they can't become the majority, then the others will drive us to self-destruction. Yeah, but I do see that becoming the case, that, you know, the America First Party just takes I think the phraseology of the GOP, the grand old party, I think that's going to disappear. I think we can keep Republican as a word, but it now means America First as opposed to GOP. I think those are, you know, how we use words like Republican and conservative, they're kind of the same thing, but they're not the same thing. I think when we talk about the Republican Party, it might be called the America First Party. And I don't think it's going to be like the party that's Republican, but not the GOP. All right. So let's back this up a little and see how it just, he's ready to be like, yeah, I don't live here. I'm like a roller rink or something. You don't live here, sir. So John said, you don't live here, sir. So he says that with some air of authority, and that sets the tone. So he said, yeah, be down for Team America. I know, Team America for America. Team America in America. Not Team America going around being world police. Team America, America police. That's what we need.
You're squatting.
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to get my stuff?
See, do you want me to get my stuff? Immediately.
I mean, they don't want people living here.
Okay, well, I'll get my stuff.
And so John's not saying, hey, you need to leave. He's just putting it out there like bro, I know people they don't want people living here. You think I didn't think of that when I ripped the board off the door?
I got some clothes and stuff here, bro.
Would you like to talk real quick now that we're here?
We're not the police.
No, I'm saying I'll give my stuff and go.
Would you like to share why you're here? We saw you.
I'm homeless.
You're homeless?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're squatting here?
Yeah. The furniture was already here.
Can we come in?
Yeah.
What's going on in here?
So that is obviously drug stuff.
There's a lot of pretty ladies, by the way.
Oh, maybe not. Damn. I might want to hit the roller rig. You know what I mean?
That was all here. Like,
Okay.
So I just have clothes, so I just get it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you find this place?
I was just walking by.
Walking by?
Yeah, and the door was open.
And are these your cutouts?
No, these ones aren't.
Okay.
The door was open, and then we boarded it from the outside, from the inside. Sure about that? Somebody said that's a happy corner. I mean, like we said, certain things have a pro and a con. Music, right? Well, yeah, maybe a little bit of an insensitive choice. He said he's, but I'm not going there. I'm not going there. You said it, not me.
Bye.
Yeah, and the door is open.
And are these your cutouts?
No, these ones aren't.
Okay.
You say you know the owner? Let's call the owner. I want to talk to the owner.
So we call the owner?
Yeah, we should, because I'm trying to get a job.
Okay.
Good luck with that, pal.
Is that meth?
There you go.
It's my pipe, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's another issue with all of this stuff. Like meth heads, crack heads, coke heads. If you could, like the Venn diagram of people who would be good at doing some type of construction work, carpentry, maybe not electrical or stuff like that, but just basic, building houses, fucking nailing 2x4s together. Bro, they would get 3 of them, give them the meth for the night. You go home, take a nice little snooze next to your wife, kids in the other room. You come back, and they've built the whole neighborhood. Yeah, that chemistry. I mean, if we could put it to good use. Just saying, I am for the legalization of all drugs, but that's a good reason why. Shout out to Domingo Big Boy over on Twitch. Welcome. Domino Big Boy. Sorry about that. Welcome to the party. We are checking out the aftermath of Seattle from the CHAZ and Chop. Got a squatter here.
All right. It's my pipe, yeah.
Okay.
People have been squatting in here.
Like, okay, put a 1 in the chat. If you, okay, let's say you go to the mechanic. Let's say you go to the mechanic. That's something that, could take a long time. Let's say you got to get a bunch of shit done. You haven't brought your car in for mad long. And this is a reputable place, but you go in and you see that there's a meth pipe. Put a 1 in the chat if you would leave, and put the 2 in the chat if you'd be like, I mean, they'll probably get it done faster. Just curious.
Connects to the rest of the motel.
Oh, so there's a tunnel right here.
Yeah, so we're actually they tunnel all the way through.
Yeah.
That's a good point. If you're squatting, why are you answering the door? I ain't here. We got Opus saying 1. Guamtech with a 1. Everybody's saying 1. All right. Interesting. All right. Fair enough. I'm just saying I would at least check Google and see what their reviews are first. So nobody? No, I really haven't, I guess. I've been around people on crack and coke, but not meth. So maybe, okay. So meth is a bad example. Let's say I stand by it with crack, though. I stand by it with crack. I have been around people with good catch. I definitely have not been around people who are on meth for real, but I have been around people who are on crack, and they want to get shit done. Oba said, I do 90 in my car. Jesus. I don't need the brake season up on the highway. Meth will probably make a lot of cut corners. Okay, fair enough. So somebody said they go from 0 to 100 with no reason. What's the difference? Between meth and Adderall? The dose. Thank you for making my point. Exactly. So the souls. I had an uncle on meth when I was a teenager. He was a mechanic. I saw what he did to those cars. Nope. All right. Fair enough. But I mean, Adderall is so chemically, it's so similar. I feel like that knocks down your argument. Because again, when we're talking about like cutting corners and stuff, that's because we're talking about tweakers who are like ripping it. If it's legalized, like I've got alcohol in this cup, but I'm not a drunkard. You go to, you see somebody, I'm sure if you're at that same mechanic and you hear that you see them hit a bowl of weed, not the end of the world, right? I mean, not great, but just saying, if it was legalized and it was regulated in such a way that maybe these guys are going to be better. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. So Shippy said our boss at Chipotle would go out for a smoke break and go Super Saiyan on the dishes, bro. I had a manager when I worked at Carrabba's Italian Grill, did the same thing. Oh my God. It was so funny. And like I guess I have been around somebody on meth. I don't know how much she was doing though. Like she definitely, like she didn't look like, like how people get like sucked in, but she kind of had the features, and I didn't know, just because a lot of people do like coke and they're on Adderall and they're whatever in the restaurant industry. So she told me, which is the only reason I know. But I don't know. Interesting. Virgil says, I live in a tent in a shop doorway here in Manchester, England. It's freezing. Go inside then, bro.
Okay. So about 5 years ago, I took up woodworking and I could paint. I'm gonna make my worth $50 an hour easy.
Sure.
Are you know? Probably not. Right.
So you have skills you'd like to use and get employed.
That's all I was trying to say. There's some industries that meth could be a benefit. That's it. There's a place for everybody in society. There's a place for everybody in a democratic society. So Sippy says the funny thing, I was actually pissed because they cleaned all the dishes really fast, and then I had to redo them because they didn't clean shit. There you go. That's the cutting corners part that Guamtech was talking about.
Some people were like, you're 40, you're not gonna learn that shit. And now I ended up homeless, and I got the skills now, baby.
Honest to God, it's pretty warm and cozy
to pay the bills.
Did you sleep on a bed too in here? Yeah, I mean, you might as well
there's more. There's more. God damn, I don't know who Debbie Harry is. So the soul said, yes, man, to both. Where is my vape? There was a time that he blew up the microwave, where you go to the kitchen in the middle of the night, turn on the lights, no bulbs. And that was my adopted family, not my mom, Colette. Fair enough. So we definitely won't put that on Colette. Rickshaw drivers. Yeah, I mean, there's something. And it would be that, like, there's somebody who would dose out, like, what you got. Like, you get one hit, and then you got to get this done before your next hit. Like, tell me you wouldn't be a billionaire. Come on.
I want to put that out there. Did you sleep on a bed too in here? Yeah, I mean, you might as well see it. So we crawled through this dark tunnel in the building that led to an even darker room through another hole in the wall to get
to the wine closet.
To this guy's room.
But this got tunnels, right? So
you want to peel the curtain back a little bit? Oh, there's lighting. Who's back here?
No one.
Okay.
This is what I see.
Okay, let's check it out.
This is my, I got my skill side, my tools right.
That is bigger than the room, not where I live now, but where I moved from. That is bigger than the room I lived in. Granted, I was living with an old lady, paying her $300 a month, so it wasn't supposed to be a big place. But he's paying nothing, and he could do drugs in there.
We got propane tank right here.
There's the propane again.
Oh, yeah.
You got all your tools.
I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
I got my Ray-Bans right here, my Ray-Bans.
Okay. Is that
Ray-Bans?
Yeah, I didn't dump it out this morning. Hey, don't do the close-up.
Okay.
Some people save pee.
I'm not saving my pee.
Okay.
I just haven't had it.
But some people do to drink it again because of the residue of fentanyl.
What?
No. I didn't hear that, right? I didn't hear that.
Just haven't had it.
But some people do to drink it again because of the residue of fentanyl.
What?
Holy shit. That is a level of depravity that I did not know existed. I did not know that existed. Shout out to Virgil saying the American dream. Facts. Oh, that is nasty. That is nasty. But I mean, hearing it now, that is not surprising at all. That is not surprising at all. It's just, I mean, it's just the level of control that addiction has over your mind. And when you don't have the money, then you get very good at figuring out how to maximize your high. They'll do for the other ones too. Yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of that, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay, not yet.
Not yet.
Have you got on that point ever?
Hit rock bottom already, bro. I'm going up.
Kid, questions. They seem kind of pointed.
You going up?
Just curious.
My toolbox.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Check it out.
Yeah, bro. Don't. Oh, that's kind of badass.
I'm saying if I get cold, I open the umbrella and I scoot that right over.
Sure.
If I get cold, I open the umbrella.
What?
Okay.
Or if you had an address, do you think you could get a job?
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Holy shit. The captions were covering whatever he's holding, and I thought he was doing like a like what do the kids do from like the Fortnite, like the that thing? Oh my god. Tell me it doesn't look like it. Tell me it doesn't look like that.
Right
Sure. If you had an address, do you think you could get a job?
I want more than that, dog. I'm trying to build like a real something that's gonna sustain my generations after.
That's the other side of this, is that there's, and I mean, I guess you would put this into the mental health category of people who are like, nah, I got all these plans. I just gotta get it in motion. You ever watched Hoarders? Yeah, Dad, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Domino. But yeah, if you've ever watched Hoarders, the Hoarders are so good at finding, you know, some little crappy piece of nothing. And we're like, oh, we could throw this out, right? This is an empty whatever. No, I could use that for this. And one day I'm going to get this and another piece of that. And then it's going to be something. And then I'm going to sell it for what, 30 cents? Well, that's 30 cents. It adds up. And the mindset with this guy is, I mean, I think that this guy would be much better in some type of program that already, the types of programs that already exist. I think he would do much better than the pregnant lady. However, number one, we have a dude who's methed out, so he's got big ideas now. Let's see where he's at, when he comes down. But then it's just like, you're one of these people that, like, yeah, you say you have all these big plans, then why are you homeless?
I believe in it.
And
I don't.
Is what's going to do it. But, you know, this is where I'm going to make my fortune. The plan was to come and help Alex paint with tear painting.
Okay.
And then I became one myself. Qualmtech said, meth heads might be good at censoring the right kind for social media. They could blast through all those fucked up reported posts. Yeah, right? There you go. It's like, give them a hit. You're like, all right, all these were YouTube flagged all these videos saying limited ad suitability. You watch every single video. If there's anything, if there's anything in it, then you say confirmed, or if not, then you repeal. 7,000 videos, and 5 seconds later, it's like, can I have another hit, please? I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
This is where I'm going to make my fortune. The plan was to come and help Alex paint with tear painting.
Okay.
You know, it happened for like a month, but then someone broke into the van and stole a bunch of shit. So I got a chip on my shoulder, bro.
Brother, thank you so much for sharing.
So even that little aspect of yo, I got a chip on my shoulder, bro. It's like, well, you can't afford to have a chip on your shoulder. You can afford to eat some humble pie and do whatever the fuck it is you need to do to get out of your situation, especially because you apparently have plans of what to do next. So just do that. But it's not that simple. It's never that simple. Qualmtech said meth heads might be. Oh, we got that one. Yeah. Watch it 2x speed. It's just normal then. Well, I always watch it 2x speed, so I don't know what that says about me. But Virgil said I hit rock bottom years ago. I didn't think I could get lower, but I did. I'm not sure what the tone of this is. So Anyway, I hit rock bottom years ago. I didn't think I could get lower, but I did. The floods are so bad in Manchester, England. I am stood on the roof. The flood water is up to my neck. Please pray for me, Jesus. Oh, baby Jesus. Please save Manchester, England.
Someone broke into the van and stole a bunch of shit, so I got a chip on my shoulder, bro.
Brother, thank you so much for sharing.
Well, we now know you guys are at least straight.
Are you concerned about this right here, the propane tank? No?
No, man. I done firefighter training, like.
Really?
I got a lot of skills, right?
Wait, did he say I had firefighter training?
No, man. I done firefighter training, like.
Really?
I got a lot of skills, right?
If you got a lot of skills and you got a lot of tools, you got a lot of ideas, and you're homeless, then you there's something else that you need that you're missing. Sir Slippy said, you know, if we give meth to our soldiers, we could use the Nazi zombie strategy. Like I'm saying, there's a time and a place for everything.
This
is former Hillside Motel.
Only 11 days later, the motel burned down. One can only...
Oh, that's what it was. Yikes. Damn. Like this dude.
Firefighter training, like.
This room.
I got a lot of skills, right?
Burned down. Like, I didn't realize, but I guess... Then we see the same.
Sadly, only 11 days later, the motel burned down. One can only wonder how it happened and what happened to these guys we met.
There's just so much stuff. Domino Big Boy says, I'm in Cumbria, pal. 2 hours from Manchester. Hey, shout out to the English. What should we call it? The English. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. But Virgil's a friend of the channel. Well, I'm thinking, I'll be honest. For being homeless and addicted, their place was relatively well put together. Relatively, yeah, I agree. Just we said, yeah, don't use propane tanks indoors. And again, that's where so much of this is a danger. Even if you're happy living outside of the rules, and you have to pay this and you have to pay that, just like that, your entire life is gone. And that's just like we were saying before. That's just part of it. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we got the Scottish and the English. We got the Scottish and Domino Big Boy and the English and Virgil Kane. Who will reign supreme? No, we're all friends here. All right, what are we doing?
Hotel burned down. One can only wonder how it happened and what happened to these guys we met. We got back in the car and headed back to Capitol Hill, but Jonathan gave me a warning of what we needed.
What did that sign say?
We got back in the car and headed back to Capitol Hill.
Black trans
But
lives
Jonathan
matter.
gave me a warning of what we needed to be prepared for.
I've been dealing with so much hate from just the activist class, the far left in this city. I mean, I've been doxxed. I just kind of recorded some phone calls I received. I just thought it was kind of hilarious. You know, here's what some of the folks said to me.
I would really watch your back while you're out there doxing everybody.
Sounds like a threat. Absolutely.
Comes back on you. You're a transphobic piece of shit.
I'm out here trying to help people who are dying on the streets. But yeah, transphobia. That's the problem.
Jonathan Cho, you disgusting human being. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think that person is white. Let's just go with that. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the person leaving that message is white.
Mentally ill. Total whack jobs. This guy's a soy boy. I mean, listen. I got fired because I covered a Proud Boys rally, and I was accused of promoting this group when that wasn't the case. And afterwards, people just started harassing me and doxing me. They all know who I am.
What's the 3 mean?
They don't want me near any of their initiatives or projects, and they come after me.
Yeah. I wonder why. It's because he is exposing the fact that they are taking money from oh yeah, there we go. They're taking money from taxpayers, from the government, which again is the taxpayers, and paying themselves while sending off a little to the homeless while not actually solving anything. And virtue signaling in the process by being, oh, well, I work with the homeless. They're just like, it makes me feel so good, but it's really about them. Is it though? Context said they sure hate the Asians that cover the Proud Boys. Indeed. Shout out to Andy. No.
They don't want me near any of their initiatives or projects, and they come after me.
You have no life, because you got fired from Cairo, because you got fired from Cairo, because you're a Proud Boy.
You're a liar. Get this. They can't.
Anybody who gets that kind of treatment from people who look like that, I'm automatically going to assume, or I'm automatically going to come from the starting place that we're probably going to get along. Just saying. Yellow face of racism. Yep. Andy, no, and John, whatever's face. The two yellow faces of racism. Fired from I didn't hear what it was. But he was working on
projects, and they come after me.
You have no life, because you got fired from Cairo, because you got fired from Cairo, because you're a Proud Boy.
I think Cairo, I don't know what this is referring to.
You're a liar. Get this. They can't.
What is Cairo? Because to me, Cairo is Egypt. So does this mean something different to you? Because I forgot the guys. Well, let's see. Jonathan Cho. Let's do Cairo. I want like, oh, for fuck's sake. Protest. This seems like we're kind of getting away from it. But let's see. What do we got? Hey, girl. Protesters want to come on for Jonathan assault. Fire. Seattle Public School. Let me get rid of this shit. Seattle. Let me make that a little bigger. Seattle Public School special education special education paraeducator took out a temporary restraining order against Jonathan Cho after the former Como reporter who now works for a right-wing think tank. All right, well, we're getting hard-hitting straight facts news here. Allegedly punched the educator in a confrontation at a pro-Palestine march in October. The Seattle police referred the case to the city's attorney office for assault charges in response, blah, 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 blah. Ari Hoffman and Jonathan showed up to the pro-Palestine to start a fight. All right, what we got? That's what I was thinking.
So you will not condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization?
So they're asking, will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization?
This motherfucker! This stupid motherfucker over here!
You won't condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization?
Okay, so this is Jonathan here. So somebody said, I never understood protesting, but not wanting to be recorded. Like, shouldn't you want the most attention possible? Yes. I remember there was a protest at some school for, honestly, I don't know, because Caitlin Bennett of Liberty Hangout was covering it. And their protest was to go in whatever room in the school and put duct tape over their mouths. And that's it. So she went in and she's like, does anybody want to like talk about what we're demonstrating? What we're here for? Anybody? And then I was just like, it's like, okay, well, I'm giving you the time to, get your message out, whatever you think is right, And they didn't. Surprise, because it's never about the message. It's about the virtue signal. I'm doing it for the gram. The lady heckling him for getting fired is the epitome of cry bully. Yep. Let's see if this goes.
Is this dumb motherfucker?
Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization? Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization?
Jonathan Cho's such a little bitch. Shut up, Jonathan. You're a little bitch.
Look, I don't want to jail.
Shut up, Jonathan. You're a little bitch.
Your facial hair is jail time. Get out of here.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know how you get fired from a capital.
Bye, John. Bye, Jonathan.
Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization? Well, any of you, you're wearing the colors of a terrorist organization. Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization? Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization?
Put a 1 in the chat if you will not condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization. Damn, Jonathan.
As a terrorist
Damn, Daniel.
It's not true. Will you condemn Hamas as a terrorist?
Show. 5 education.
Okay, so nothing happened. Got it. Cool.
Boy.
You're a liar. Get this.
Get the out of here.
They can't stop me. I refuse to be bullied, and that's what these losers are.
And it finally made it.
Facts. Facts. What did Guamtech just say? That lady heckling him for getting fired is the epitome of cry bully. That's what they are. And what is that? What is that?
Dilly dilly.
Projection. It's sad. It's sad how much projection we see in the world today.
To Capitol Hill. This is the LGBTQ plus capital of Seattle.
It's definitely one of them. It's got a highly concentrated area for the community.
And they love you here.
Depends who you ask. The communists and the Marxists who are trying to take this over for their land, they want to put the homeless in the front lines and say, hey, you can't move us. That's harmful to the homeless.
That sounds almost similar to like, I don't know, what Hamas does, right?
Basically, what Jonathan is saying is that organizers of CHAZ used homeless people and strategically planted them in areas like Cal Anderson Park because, unlike a lot of protesters who might have gone home and slept in their homes at night during the protests, homeless people could be told to pull up a tent and stay there indefinitely.
And of course, we've had the laws from years before that allow camping just anywhere. So it was a tinderbox for all of this. So simply said, yeah, so Domino said Hamas are terrorists. Let's be honest. Of course, anybody willing to say anything else is simping for them, really. So Slippy says Hamas are terrorists that the media is using to distract from USA starting a war with Iran. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Unfortunately, this is why we need Trump. This is why we need Trump. Like, go through any of the issues that people have with Trump. We're still going to end up in a war with Iran, with anybody besides Vivek or Trump. Changed my mind.
Numerous tents that have now moved.
Got it.
Me too.
How you doing? You have this kid here.
Hi there. Would you like to say hello?
Not to you guys.
At the very least, Hamas is pirates. I think that is a fair thing. If we're finding middle grounds, and you're not willing to call them terrorists, but you will say pirates, I'll take that. I think they're terrorists, but that's a middle ground at least. Opus said the entirety of the active left is a cult, and nothing will convince me otherwise. I say active because the normies who vote blue because they're uninformed is the only part that isn't a cult. I completely agree. Completely agree. I think that the average person is going to be a default liberal. You probably have some people who wants to guess if he's going to actually come up into the chair or if he's this dumb dog. The default is that the liberals are the good guys and the Republicans are the bad guys. And I think that that's changing a little bit, but we're still in that place. That's changing with the people who are in the know. So the people who are not, really engaged in politics, they're still going to be default liberals. And you're right. The active left is really, really part of it. Momtech says, wow, Marxist using Marxist tactics of pushing the weakest to the front lines as a shield. Didn't think the chop was that organized. Yeah, hey, credit where it's due, right? Hamas are pirates. I love it. Ova said, and the uninformed are almost as bad as the cultists. Perhaps even worse. Perhaps even worse, because at least the leftists have a reason to think what they do. It's a bad reason, it's a wrong reason, but you can reason with reason. I guess sometimes, maybe not, right? Maybe some of them are too far gone, and I think I guess more of the default liberals would probably be easier to open up. So let me eat my words there. And Tom was like, why can't everybody be like us? What amazing world! What an amazing world it would be if it was just us. It was a bunch of us's. Man, that would be an awesome place. That would be an awesome place. Just like the Indian Jesus Discord server where the party never ends. That's right, 24/7. We are in there hanging out, and after every single live stream, we have a live after party that is in the room for members of the channel. So it is free to join the Discord and be part of the conversation. But after our stream, we're going for an after party, and the only way is to be a member on YouTube. It's a good ass time. It's a good ass time. You're not stuck behind your keyboard. You're actually on screen with me and everybody else. You can cam up if you want to. You don't have to. Either way, like I said, we be going in.
No. Okay. Why is that?
Wait, where we
like to say hello? Not to you guys, no. Okay. Why is that? There's beef in the air that I'm unaware of. Do you think he knows who you are?
I'm pretty sure he does. They don't like my style. They don't like the fact that I'm exposing them. And they feel as though they are vigilante security guards and that they're protecting this BLM
it's the
and
LARP.
this encampment.
They're LARPing. Like, oh, no, I got a job here, bro. All right, I can't be dealing with your bullshit. All right, I don't care about the TikTok channel. We got something real going on here. All right, we're changing the world here. We're changing the world. Are you though?
How is this being allowed in a public park in a world-class city like Seattle? This is a takeover, Tyler. They got crab. They're eating crab. Is this...
Let's go.
Tyler,
No way. No way.
this is a takeover, Tyler. They got crab. They're eating crab. Is this...
Let's
They're eating crab. These people need help. These people need help. They're sitting at a park eating seafood that I can't afford. But yeah, we need to give them more money. Domino Big Boy says, we have come from opposite ends to agree. Such a rare thing. That's what I'm talking about. That is what that's exactly what this platform is about. It's not about what do you believe. It's about how do you come to that which you believe. And if you use logic and rationality and you are somebody who can work with other people, it doesn't really matter. Right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter which way I lean. Because the reality of this situation is that they're eating crab and I'm fucking, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. And yet, we can see that these people are not in a advantageous position. But it's just not as simple as giving them money, throwing or putting them in a house, or it's just not that simple. It's just not. Solo said, I'd not eat it if it's anything like the garden. Wouldn't trust them to cook it. And if they bought it, then that's even worse for the claims they make. Very true. But, I think seafood is one of those, they're in Seattle. So there's definitely, fresh seafood nearby. And I think definitely when it comes to like a Red Lobster, but like if you have, I don't know what Seattle's like, but if you have like a high-end little seafood market, then they got to get rid of that shit like today. So a little bit of dumpster diving, you might be eating pretty. I won't tell you shit. You're gonna. I mean, it ain't gonna be hard to figure out eventually, but I'll keep you. See if you can guess. See if you can guess.
Let's go.
Tyler, I'm never ever really concerned about the homeless. It's always the activists. Clearly anti-cop. Okay.
I'm never concerned about the homeless, it's always the activists. Who does that surprise? Not me.
Homeless. It's always the activists. Clearly anti-cop, okay? It's
The
a
garden.
trans flag with a black star, and you have the entire trans movement now latching onto this as well. And they'll use this language. Again, you and I are on indigenous land. This is a message to the white man that this belongs to Native Americans.
And there's caps on the ground here.
But it doesn't, right? Because we killed them. That's how the world works, correct? That's how war works, correct? There's like nothing wrong with crabs. I caught them one time, but the lotion worked. I dumped her. Good one, good one, good one.
The homeless, the drug addicts, we're destroying the bathrooms, man. I mean, kids go in there to, use the bathroom, and they're standing next to needles and needle caps, and there's human feces just smeared against the walls.
It happens everywhere.
Oh, someone's in there.
Oh.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it's every major city.
One place where it doesn't happen, then it's the place where they keep homeless out or they scam people for drugs.
Are you doing?
So wait. You're telling me that if you go to a place where there's not people living on the streets, then you don't find dirty shit smeared on the wall?
Oh,
That can't possibly be the case. I got you. I don't have the bot set up, but I got you. Where is it? Hold up. Copy and paste. Join the Discord, guys. It is free, and if you're coming from Twitch or something, and if you do want to be a member, just send me a DM. We'll figure something out.
Doing fentanyl in there?
Maybe.
What kind of question is that?
I'm asking if you're doing fentanyl in there because bathrooms are being used for drug use.
That's everywhere in the United States.
Is that a yes or no?
No.
Would you like to share your thoughts on what's going on here?
I just did. It happens everywhere. It's everywhere.
What is that?
Who should
You have to do it. Man, read the Bible, and what would Jesus do?
What do you think he would do?
Why are you harassing people in the bathroom?
Oh, Mr. Security Guard is back.
He actually...
He is harassing people in the bathroom. That is true.
Bruh, you yelled at them as they were walking by. What you mean?
You're actually walking by,
Exactly.
and then
I said it's everywhere.
we have it all on camera.
These guys are just gonna try and get a rise out of you.
I guess we're having like a...
leftist mentality. Oh, I don't know who you are, so they're gonna try to screw up your mind because that's what people do, and don't talk to them because words don't have meanings, and they're just gonna confuse you. Projection. Now, see, that's what would happen if I, a good faith person, were to come to try to have a conversation with you about what's really going on. It is you who would try to muddy the waters and fuck shit up. Projection.
a camera standoff here. But ultimately, the consensus is a conversation is not negotiable here.
This far-left activist is now going to call his comrades and say, look out for you guys.
What is comrades? Is that a particular word choice for any given reason?
People are commies, so, I mean, that's the language they use as well, so.
Okay. So typically speaking, who dislikes you in Seattle?
People with green hair and pink hair and purple hair.
People with blue hair and green hair. The lefties, they make it so easy.
Phobic, saying I'm anti-LGBTQ, saying I hate the homeless. Every agenda that they want to champion, they consider me the enemy. I'm not going to let some soy boy tell me where I can record and where I can walk. Are you kidding me? And the funny part is, I'm in support of the LGBTQ community.
Exactly. Isn't that the most frustrating part? It's like, bro, who are you? You're fighting ghosts. You're fighting ghosts. You know, a lot of people will say, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care. I care. I care that people should be able to live as they are. I am happy that you, as a gay person, as a trans person, as a whatever, have a country, have a place where you can be who you are without being accosted by the law. That is a beautiful thing. So what you fighting? What you fighting, bro? What was the lotion? The lotion was itchy, or she was? So Slippy says, what about a drug ranch where we get everyone who wants to do meth and put them somewhere together? Bro, that's what I said before you got here. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if they want an autonomous zone, fine. But y'all are on your own. All right? No tax money is going in there. And you can't use any resources out here. If you want it, then you want it. You can have it. But it is what it is. Context said, man, I really miss the time when people just immediately reacted to people like that with mind your own fucking business. Days gone by. But we can bring them back. We can bring them back. It's not enough to hide behind a car and complain about things. You have to stand up for what matters and say the things that need to be said regardless of what the consequences are. If it needs to be said, I would die for what needs to be said. Would you?
Community. Oh, here we go.
Say, here we go. Did you see someone?
Anytime there's somebody who has green or purple hair, I get a little nervous, but...
It was like yesterday, man, where you had
Thank you for the follow, Domino.
protesters, literally up against the faces of police officers as they formed a human wall.
You got it. Love will always win.
Trying to protect the East Precinct, but we all know the story. City leaders allowed the activists to take over this entire city block, and it was just chaos.
Yeah, so they claim the institutions are racist and bad, etc., and then turn around and want the same government that's involved in all those institutions to have authoritarian control. The math ain't mathin'. No, math ain't mathin'.
But for better context from the inside of the protests, let's say goodbye to Jonathan for now and say hello to Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony. And no, we are not talking about J-Lo's first husband. This guy. Let's just...
Has anybody here ever heard of the French Revolution before? Does anybody here know what happened to the people who did not get on board with the French Revolution? Say it louder. Say it louder.
This is not... Is that where it came from? Bro, that is so cringe. That is so LARPy cringe. Oh, they got chopped, so we're going to call our Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone CHOP. To that moment, thought that there was just some other acronym that they were using. But no, they're on the right side of history.
Loser! Say it louder.
This is not a party, and we have a mission to accomplish.
Do you though?
Oh, I met up with Mark to try and understand what actually happened during the protests.
Nobody knows.
CHOP officially started in 2020 on, I would say it was June 8th. It all started with the death of George Floyd. Saw the injustice of a man dying from having a knee in his neck.
Did you though? Did you though? Because I think that according to all of the relevant documents and people who knew what the fuck was going on, it was an overdose.
While being subdued by 2 police officers, while others were trying to help him and other police officers were holding them back. Me, myself, I've always been passionate about social injustice and civil rights issues.
Oh, wow. What a great guy. In St. Floyd, we pray thank you. I've always been passionate about social injustice and civil rights. Aren't I so amazing? Oh, my God.
And so that was my wake-up call to come out and be a part of it. It started here. Really, this was the intersection. People were coming here on a daily basis, and we were protesting. And so
Simply says, if we can be honest about the overdose, we could talk about the problem of EMS going to the wrong site. I didn't know about that. Yeah, that is certainly an issue. I mean, it's certainly an issue that the system's failed. Whether it was not having a protocol for when a giant dude that you can't physically handle is saying, I can't breathe in the car, or getting the proper EMS, the proper services to the proper places. Yeah. People fucked up all around. But guess who started it? That's where I fall.
Basically, we had, just face off, just protesting, very peaceful. And then that would go on all day, and it would go on into the night. And during the night, it would get more aggressive. Level of aggression that the police operated with in response to a few bad players is what led to more and more people showing up. And at this point, the National Guard had been called in. It's not just police we're facing off now with. They were using tear gas on us every night, or pepper spray, or whatever it is. But
why?
Essentially, it's a chemical weapon. I tried multiple times to have officers come and speak to us, let us know how they felt about the situation, show us that you understand what we saw, the rest of the world saw was wrong, and let us know that you're not with them.
Okay, but we all saw it, and we all got extremely angry. I don't know about all of you, but I got extremely angry when I saw the one angle from the one cell phone. But then we got more information. Oh, we're just ignoring that. Okay, got it. I didn't know if we were, I didn't or just like feelings. So Slippy says pepper spray is a deterrent so that no one gets seriously hurt. True. Very true.
After days of protesters clashing with police, on June 7th, a man drove his car towards a crowd near 11th and Pine and shot a protester who tried to stop him. Chaos ensued, leading the mayor to order the barriers to be moved, and the police evacuated the precinct the next day, boarding it up on their way out. As protesters occupied Capitol Hill with little to no opposition, CHAZ was born.
When the police...
Oh, so you mean somebody died, and then we're just going to let things get worse? Because we don't want that on our hands. It's y'all that did that. It's the CHOP that did that. It has nothing to do with Seattle. Oh, don't come at the mayor. This was not Seattle. This was the CHOP.
Police first abandoned this building. I came that morning, and I came expecting the protest. And I showed up, and I was confused like everybody else. I believe the cops left because they realized that the tactics that they were using to, in their mind, de-escalate the situation was making it way worse. They had no right to abandon the people that live in this area. The people that were living here at the time couldn't get adequate medical services.
Do you think the cops should have stayed here?
If I was in charge of the police, I would not have had them abandon that building.
So how do you guys then organize and decide we're going to make CHOP or CHAZ?
That morning, there were still thousands of people that showed up to protest because we didn't know the cops were gone. A lot of people.
Okay, this is really this has never been an issue. Have you guys ever been seeing that before? Because Zippy was talking about comments on videos. And I just thought the one he was watching the replay, and he just had 7 million comments. I responded to some, and some were just Zippyism, so I didn't say anything. Or, I didn't reply. Interesting. I told you, they're coming after me. They're coming after me. That is why we need to make sure we are connected. Join the Discord. Make sure you follow me on Rumble. I ain't stopping. Until they take me out. Open said cops and cops and more white people every year, despite committing less violent crime. All of this is taking into account disparity in population. So tell me who the racism is being directed at. I don't think that looking at raw numbers like that is as useful, except for when we're talking about, the juxtaposition of the fact that it is true. Aside from the fact that there are more white people killed per capita by police than there are black people killed by police per capita, there's like, that doesn't mean that there's again, disparity doesn't mean discrimination. So I would say that there is not racism being directed at anybody except by individuals. And maybe there's aspects like, I'd be willing to concede certain aspects of what some people would call systemic racism. I'm not going to buy that whole, but if you want to say like, okay, this, and this, there's certainly aspects of the system that are fucked up, that are not helping people of color. But yeah, I think that's, it doesn't need to be either or. That's the issue that I think is an issue, is the framing of everything is this side versus that side. Just because the narrative around how black people are treated is overdone doesn't mean that we now need to elevate because the fact is, a person getting killed by the cops unarmed Doesn't happen a lot. It's not good. It shouldn't happen ever. Most of the times, it has to do with something that the person is doing. But shout out to Domino. Welcome to the Discord. Again, if you want to join the membership and be part of the after party, you can either sign up on YouTube or send me a DM, and we will figure it out. Gontex said, Jay, under the eye, a big brother. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming eventually. And of course, when we're talking about that chop. I said, I only bring it up to counter the fake narrative on the news. I agree with you. It's not really valuable data. Yeah. And I mean, that's the sad thing, is that we need to know these things because, like you're saying, we do have to counter that fake narrative. Sad. So again, this is when we're the very beginning. We're only just now talking about the actual CHAZ. The actual CHAZ.
Ban in that building.
So how do you guys then organize and decide we're going to make CHOP or CHAZ?
That morning, there were still thousands of people that showed up to protest because we didn't know the cops were gone. A lot of people showed up, and now we didn't have the same direction of let's go and direct our frustration at the police. Instead, we're just there by ourselves. And so we decided, instead of just being here and being negative, we're going to actually make this a positive space. We don't know when the cops are coming back, but right now we know that we have this space.
So real quick, what do we think?
A positive space. Okay.
Think this is? What happened here? An overdose? Yeah. Is it fentanyl related? I have no idea. Okay. Overdose.
Take a guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drugs in this area. At the time when this was going down, there were a few of us who have been protesting from before the area was an occupied.
So Raz Simone, de facto leader of the CHOP
zone. Myself, Raz Simone.
And that's another thing. Notice how leftists have no problems with guns. It's not the progressive leftists. It's not the Marxists that are trying to get rid of your guns. What is the phrase in the manifesto? By no means, or I don't remember what it is, but you know they have something akin to shall not be infringed.
So people at this point were recognizing us as some of the leaders. I gathered a group of people. I said, all right, we got to come up with some new names. And somebody said, well, what about Capitol Hill, Occupy, Protest, CHOP?
Misconception.
Oh, okay. All right. It does have a, it does. As long as it wasn't, well, they chopped people in France, so it's the CHOP.
Might be that you guys show up here.
So what is this saying from Donald Trump back when he was on Twitter? From June 23rd, 2020, said there will never be an autonomous zone in Washington, D.C. as long as I'm your president. They try, they will be met with serious force. That's the leader we need. Giggling Spy said those guys were handing out guns from the trunk of a car. Yeah, they weren't fucking around. They were not fucking around.
We're going to start our own society or civilization, and then they
shout out to Andy. No.
You guys asking for materials. In reality, it's a
we need. Okay, well, okay. Let's see. What does this say?
Protest.
We need Black Lives to Murder. Period. Utensils. Oh no, we got those. Hot coffee, energy drinks, plates and napkins, 4 kickballs.
Loser.
A basketball hoop.
Beta.
Safety pins.
Beta.
Plywood, paint supplies, extra large black Sharpies. Because, you know, if you're not getting your message out, then what is a CHAZ even for? Tables, tents, name tags, walkie-talkies. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. But remember, number 1 underlined in red is that Black Lives Matter. Period. With a T. Domino Big Boy said we beat each other. Okay. I just need to. We beat each other face to face in Europe. Only loser Americans fight from range. Well, if you had the guns that we had, you wouldn't need to. Shout out to, I'm sure you must have seen Green Street Hooligans. I fucking love that movie. So good. So good. Good one, though. Sir Slippy said, let's be real. They didn't want hot coffee. They wanted storm. Good one. Oh, Twitch is on fire today. Opa said the gun grabbers are the uneducated wing of the left. The middle-aged white Nemas. Yep. Glum6 said, wow, that's a short list of needs to keep a revolution going. Why haven't we done this before? something tells me that you're gonna need a little bit more than tents, tables, and name tags.
Our own society or civilization, and then they see you guys asking for materials. In reality, it's a protest.
It was a protest.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually the vice president of my nonprofit. Tracy was here every day with me at CHOP as well.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
So we went back to the BLM garden in Cal Anderson Park to understand.
Soil, you watching? This is what you should be. You should be dreaming. One day, maybe, if you're lucky, your garden can look exactly like this.
Understand how the protesters used homeless people to achieve their goals.
So here we have members from the homeless community and people that are here to help them. So we actually invited the homeless to CHOP. And the reason that we invited them is because, as I mentioned, we wanted to defend that police precinct. But we knew people are just going to wait until people are gone in the middle of the night, and then they're going to try to break in and damage the building. The best way to make sure that we could get people to stay here regularly was to invite the homeless in.
I need to stop the cap button. Stop the cap. Yeah, no. It was just for them. Like, we wanted to make sure that they had a place to be homeless, because if we didn't provide a place for them to be homeless, then they would be homeless.
The best way, we're just going to wait until people are gone in the middle of the night, and then they're going to try to break in and damage the building. The best way to make sure that we could get people to stay here regularly was to invite the homeless in. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to come and sleep on the concrete for 30 days, in a row.
I'm not going to sleep on the concrete for 30 days for actual justice in our country. Come on, what do you expect? All right, these motherfuckers, though, they do that shit anyway. Like, you're just saying the quiet parts out loud, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. So the Soul is a gardener. So, but she wasn't here at the beginning, and then they were talking about the garden. Guantek said something about the garden, and she came in without me even saying anything. She was like, "Oh my god, the CHAZ garden!" And so that is the relevance of the CHAZ garden.
It's clearly succeeded, right?
So yeah, we said, you know what? If you guys want to support this movement, we will help support you.
That's what success looks like,
yeah,
guys.
we said, you know what? If you
This is success. Lay your eyes on true elite success.
Want to support this movement, we will help support you. And so we regularly have food out here for the homeless. We were giving away clothes for the homeless.
Were any of you guys here during CHOP? Why are you filming this? It's public property. We're just
Why are you filming me? Why are you filming me? Why are you filming me? You're in public.
That's a question. We don't have to talk. Well, we're just talking about CHOP.
Yeah, and he answered you.
Yeah, we're just taking a look at the garden that was formed here. But we see it's a camp.
We're trying to tear down the garden, and that's why we're here.
Oh, so
You're trying to tear down the garden, and that's why we're here. Doing what? What is it that you are doing that is preventing anybody from taking down the garden? Like, are you under the impression? Are you really under the impression that the government is not going to be like, bitch, move aside? Like, they're letting you be there because they're gaining favor by you thinking that you're being a rebel. I mean, some people are just too far gone. Wow, they are coming after us. God damn. I had to write. See, I didn't even see anything else. Yeah. Crazy. They definitely filter words, political words. So if you're using like Antifa or I think it might be the fact that, we're talking about all this stuff too. They're watching. They are watching. So try to use, usually the chat is fine, but try to dance around words if you can. Damn. I told you they are coming after me. Right? Did you guys just see something fall? I'm going crazy. All right. So Slippy said, nah, she's working. I'm not staying. Nah, she's working. I'm not staying within looking distance of her. Glonzek said, I saw the CHOP garden was torn down last week. People were still angry about it. Wokey's gonna woke, I guess. Also, they don't make me share my garden pictures on Discord. That's crazy. I don't know what they're doing. maybe 2 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, finally. It's a good thing he made this video before then. That we'll be able to see exactly from the time that it was the CHAZ, the chop was started, to the time it was torn down. We're getting the last vestiges of it. Shout out to Tyler Olvera. And shout out to the feds. Fuck you. Come and get me, bitches.
You guys are here to prevent the garden.
I'm just kidding, though.
Being taken down?
Yeah, they're trying to take this whole area out and put in a pickleball court.
I love pickleball.
Not trustworthy. We're not trustworthy.
Why is that? Can you explain why we're not trustworthy?
Please don't film me. I don't consent to be filmed.
Well,
it's public.
Can you elaborate?
I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to elaborate. Please.
So why is he frustrated at us trying to look at the garden?
They think you guys are untrustworthy. That you're gonna go probably you might be right wing or something.
There it is. There it is. If you are right wing, if you are lean conservative, if you maybe can see what Biden has done in the last 60 years, then automatically that means that you hate homeless people and want them to what? Say things that, I might say on other streams, but since something weird's going on, I'm not going to say it. Come on, bro. How does the brainwashing get this far? I know you're not on watching Destiny streams or watching fucking Hassan, whatever the fuck his name is. I know you're not watching that shit. So where does this idea come from? It has to be the people who were organizing all of this. Orange man bad. Oh, so I hear Zoomers are super into pickleball. When I was a kid, it was something old folks did. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but somebody. Oh no, actually, I was gonna say it was the other way around. I was gonna go, but my sister got my parents a pickleball thing, and I thought it was the other way around. But yeah, it was always an old folks thing. But I did it in PE when I was in elementary school, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. Because I used to be I'm a pretty athletic in terms of, being mobile and definitely being competitive. But like tennis, a small dude, there's a lot of space. Pickleball, I'm right in the pocket, baby. And I got that slick overhand.
They think you guys are untrustworthy.
Might be right wing.
You might be right wing or
might be
something.
Right wing.
Might be publicizing this in a way that might slander us.
Got it.
I think that's a projection. I think that is projection. The idea that being right wing would publicize you in a way that's slandering you. That is precisely and exactly what the left, the people who say they're helping you, do. So I'm calling it projection. Goddamn projection. God damn. So somebody said pickleball is overrated. It's fun, but I have a friend that wants it in the Olympics. Yeah, I don't know about the Olympics. I guess it's fun, but slow your roll. Like, what are we gonna do next? Fucking beer pong or some shit. Well, what's that other one where they have like the tiny little trampoline? You got a slam ball or something. That's just fun too. But I don't know if we need it in the Olympics.
Yet, despite this,
let's get Brazilian jiu-jitsu in there first.
Strong mistrust.
Is there BJJ in the Olympics? There's not, right? If there is, let's get full MMA. Guantek said, I would be surprised if Zoomers would consider kickball a challenging and professional sport. Or wouldn't. They wouldn't. Yeah, because they're lazy and fat. So somebody said, if I had if a bar had pickleball, to be honest, I'd be there every night. Yeah, hell yeah. When I worked at a place where they had giant Jenga, they had the arcade basketball thing and a pool table. That was pretty sweet. Okay, so yeah, BJJ is not in the Olympics. Judo is though. I knew there was some martial arts I think there's judo, karate, and something else. Maybe taekwondo. Am I just pulling shit out of my ass? I don't know. There we go. Pulling shit out of my ass. I know all of the things all of the time. I don't know how I do it.
This homeless guy who was here during CHOP came over to talk to me. You were here during CHOP?
I was here for all of CHOP.
Was there a division and conflict within CHOP from the get-go?
No, it was peaceful. It was unity, and then it went to hell.
And how many people died here while it did last?
Yeah, 2.
Who shot?
No. No. How many people died in the Seattle CHAZ chop? I'm pretty sure. I thought it was like 30 something or 60 something. Those numbers pop out to me. Oh, you're gonna do this shit to me. Okay. From Kirk Johnson's 2 meters, 1 fairly within the fourth within 4 shooting within 10 days. Just give me the fucking total number. Total 6 people shot in an area. Yeah. So there. I mean. Okay, so I don't have a final number, but I'm pretty sure. How many people die? Why can I type in the Seattle? ChatGPT says the information available that 2 individuals, we just read an article. We just read an article that listed an incident with 6 people and an incident with 9 people. They're fucking up. I don't know what's going on, but they're fucking around. They're fucking around on us. And guys, we did across the 2-hour mark. So if you would like the party to raging, you know how to do it.
Who and why?
I don't want to get into that.
Okay. Did you see it?
Let's go back at it.
Well, it was unity, and then it went to hell.
And how many people died here while it did last?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's really an important aspect, because even if 2 people died, which again, it definitely was more. If somebody can find it, the final numbers, but I'm pretty sure it was like I want to say 34 or 32. Or 64 or 62. Those numbers pop up into my head. I don't know why. They could be off, but that is what I remember talking about. And yeah, so even if the number is very, very low, then lots of not so great stuff going on. Theft and just all of that. How many people died there? The rust microphone.
Well, it was unity, and then it went to hell.
And how many people died here while it did last?
Yeah, 2.
Who shot who and why?
I don't want to get into that.
Okay. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you want to get into it? Because it has something to do with the way people are going to view what you are doing.
I think that was the nail in the coffin of CHOP and what it represented at the time?
Yes.
I think so.
We've got 1 person killed, potentially others injured. We don't know. We don't know what the incident was.
I might be confusing. I might be thinking about that 30 or 60 number with Portland. Because remember, there was multiple of these. This was the first one that popped up, but then Portland had one as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure that there was significant deaths.
But the Seattle Police Department cannot go in and has not confirmed.
That is correct.
How can that stand in America?
You guys are that afraid? There's no way. There's no way. He's dying. He needs your help. This is your job.
Oh, now you want their help. What happened to what was there even? I don't even remember what abandon the police, demolish the police, disband the police, everything about the police that they could say that they didn't want. They said it, but now you want them all up in your shit. So somebody said kind of messed up that it's hard to get a body count on American soil. Agreed. Good point. And again, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. If it was some right-wing something, we would know like that. 30 dead as far right-wing, whatever.
I want to make sure that we have not been cleared to move into.
You are clear. We're giving you the clear. We will make sure you're clear. If he dies, it's on you guys. You could have saved this.
Nope. If he dies, it's on you who set up an autonomous zone. I mean, you don't need to be kidding there. Americans are dumb as fuck. Exactly. You're right.
Right. You could have, but you're not, because it's a.
Why? Why is he not? Why is he not doing what you want him to do? Is it maybe because You told them not. It's like when somebody's like, no matter what, don't let me eat dessert. And you go through dinner, whatever, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, maybe, that lava cake is looking mighty fine. It's like, yo, you said, no. Well, I mean, I was kidding, but no. You said not to let you eat any dessert. Shout out to Curb Your Enthusiasm. This will be said, and just wait till the next generation comes around, and it's getting worse. Oh man, I talk about this all the time. Like I've started to see middle school teachers on Twitter and TikTok talking about how the stuff that they used to give to remedial 5th graders, now the standard 7th graders are unable to do that work. So not just the 5th grade, the 7th graders can't do the work of the 5th graders, the remedial 5th graders. It's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, if you have not already, please do hit that like button. It helps so much. Thank you very much. I heard that the best way to make the wokies lose is to just give them exactly what they ask for. Case in point. Yup.
Black light. And look at this video from live stream cameras just before 3 a.m. More than a dozen shots are heard. Video that captures what sounds like more than a dozen gunshots. And then at 2:59, at the very top of your screen, you can see that white Jeep plow into the cement barricades.
And it is abundantly clear to our detectives people had been in and out of the car after the shooting. Detectives are
you know what that means is that there was dead bodies in the car, and they're like, yo, let's run their shit. What a great place to live. Model city. Why wouldn't we have the entirety of America live that way?
trying to get information from witnesses, but as has been the case in other crime scenes up in this area, people are not being cooperative with our request for help.
They tried to offer aid. They were offering aid for about 25 minutes. We were calling police, telling them, come in, you guys are safe, we're right here. It's very easy to access, but we need to get this man to a hospital. And for 25 minutes, I watched that man bleed out on the table. And man, it was actually one of the ugliest things I've ever seen, not just because I had to witness somebody die, but because I also had to witness how the people around were reacting to watching this young man die. A lot of people were just concerned about getting the video on their social media and recording it. Okay. It was incredibly frustrating.
So you watched this young man die in front of your eyes?
Yes.
Right there?
Yeah.
But this was our medic station. There.
A great medic station. Fantastic. I want to ask you guys something really quick. I'm going to drop a link here. What I think I want to do, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Usually we go about 2.5 hours and then we head over to the after party. But since we are starting up on Rumble, I think what I'm going to do is when we we'll finish up this part, and then I just dropped the link to the Rumble stream while we're still on Twitch and YouTube. Can you guys confirm that that stream is working? And then I'm gonna cut the stream here, and we'll, as long as it's working over there, and we'll go over there.
There was a lot of things that was going on within CHOP. I was almost assaulted.
I mean, yeah, if you're at war, but they're in Seattle.
In CHOP as well, and I called the police and they never showed up.
Can you explain the relationship between the police and the protesters at the time, and was one of the goals of CHOP to cut the police funding in half?
Separate group.
Separate group?
That was a separate group because, again, like I said, there was two sets of protesters. There was the protesters who wanted to defund the police, and there was the protesters like myself who wanted to keep the police but maybe hold them accountable.
So this goes back to messaging, just like we were talking about with the duct tape people. It's like a protest doesn't matter if the message of what you are looking for doesn't go anywhere. What's BS? No, I mean, you're saying what she's saying is BS? I mean, I don't know her specifically. There definitely were people in two different camps. Maybe she's bullshitting now. Yeah, but I would believe that. But there definitely were, there definitely were the two different camps. And the messaging was so bad that most people didn't really understand most people didn't even understand what exactly they meant with defunding the police in the first place. So it was bad messaging. Again, anybody, let me know if. Thank you.
My question has always been, why did the police evacuate their building?
Seattle PD.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask him. Were you here during CHOP by chance? Do you have any thoughts on it? No?
They don't want to talk.
He's like, oh, hell no. The only thing I could say is going to make this work, is going to put me in a bad spot. I'm just not saying anything.
They don't want to talk to the abandoned motherfucking police station. Excuse my language.
And as we walk to the police precinct that was abandoned by the police, leading to the formation of CHOP, Mark began to share why he thinks the government's current stance on drugs and harm reduction is racist.
Why has it become a white supremacist?
Really? I mean, I don't know how what was I thinking? I mean, of course. But of course it would come down to racism. Police station was being firebombed and shot at. That's why they left. Crazy. It's like they abandoned the people who were shooting at them.
Supremacy thing.
Because a lot of it is geared towards the white community. Now look at the 90s during the crack epidemic.
Crack cocaine.
The problem is crack cocaine. They were en masse beating black people, throwing them in jail, locking them up for as long as they could. And now we see, let's decriminalize it. Let's give them safe injection sites. Make sure that they get free housing. Look at how the response was different from white to black. They have reversed their stance when it's white people that are the ones that are overdosing, doing the crime and drugs. Now all of a sudden we need to decriminalize this.
So you're saying if these were predominantly black people using these same drugs, the stance would be different?
Exactly. I'm saying that's what it is in general. When white people are going through something, the government will step in and help them. Oh, the farmers.
So it says the quote unquote typical fentanyl overdose victim was 32.5 plus or minus 6.7 years. So between 27 and 40. 1957. Male 78. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it's just bullshit what he just said.
Or having crop spelling. Oh, you're gonna get all kind of grants and this and that.
Do you think the United States is one of the most racist nations out there?
I think that they were victimized in the past and they are still being victimized now.
Over on Rumble, Mr. Slip said, I think it was Vivek who said it. White supremacy is an alt-left dog whistle. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. He 100 has a point for crack and cocaine. It's just not a race issue. It's a class issue. Exactly. And with that, guys, I'm going to cut the stream on Twitch and YouTube. So head over to head over to Rumble if you would like to continue watching what we are doing here. Thank you so much. If you don't come through, that's totally fine. I very much appreciate you coming by, checking this out. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If I don't see you over there, I will see you then. Don't forget, it is free to join the Discord, and if you become a member, you get access to the after party and the full Discord server. Until next time, guys, I am over on Rumble. Peace.